Good morning, all of you. Let us look into the syllabus of the radar systems which we have selected in the department. As time is very less for final years, so that is the reason why we have selected a subject which can be done in just 1 month. So therefore, we have selected one of the subject in the electives called radar systems in the given electives. Now, radar systems is a very easy subject and it can be really understood very easily by a student, and he can cover the entire portion in just 1 month. So therefore, radar systems is the easiest subject in the given electives for us, and which can be really completed in 1 month. So therefore, I'm just planning to give an introduction towards the radar systems. Now, the one of the greatest thing or the easiest thing which we have in the radar systems is that it contains almost 90% of the theory. So only theoretical part of the radar system is normally given in the syllabus for us. Therefore, this subject is normally going to be easy for us because we have to simply draw the block diagrams of the radar systems, and we have to explain about the operation of the radar systems. Okay, so that is the reason why this subject is very easy for us. Okay, now, there is no mathematical analysis part most of the time in the case of the radar systems. Okay. If you see about the objectives of this particular radar systems, you have to simply understand the radar system general block diagram. Now, put together, you're going to have around 12 block diagrams of these radar systems. So, all these 12 block diagrams are simply based on the general radar system block diagram. Therefore, if you know one radar system, you can simply one radar system block diagram. It is almost all knowing about all other radar system block diagrams. Therefore, the subject is pretty easy for us. Only thing is you should differentiate about the differences between one type of radar system block diagram to another type of the radar system block diagram. Okay, so therefore, uh, I suggest that the radar systems is simply going to be an easy subject, and we can really score in this particular subject very easily if you really understand the block diagram. And those who understand about the block diagram of an analog communication system, both transmitter and receiver circuits, now you can simply understand this particular radar communication block diagram as well. So radar is something like a system which is normally used at the base station of the entire radar system application. Okay, so therefore, if you see this particular course objectives also, it is to understand radar system block diagram. Means what, you should know the block diagram and working of each and every block inside the block diagram. That means it is simply going to be a block diagramic approach. Very easy to understand the block diagramic approach. So, and next one is applications of a radar, where we normally use the radars, and developing the radar range equation. So that means what, you have to only the only greatest or easiest thing continuously we normally going to use this radar range equation for all the types of the radars. So radar range equation, very simple radar range equation, because the radar range equation is almost all similar to the Friis transmission equation, which we have discussed in the case of the antennas and wave propagations. So radar is one of the application of the antennas where we don't deal with the antennas and its propagations. We deal with how, after receiving the signal from the antenna, how a radar is normally going to process the signal to detect or to identify the range of the target, which is normally placed at a far away distance from the transmitting antenna or receiving antenna. That is what we normally going to have it here altogether. And next objective which we can simply understand, see here, is to study various parameters used to enhance the range prediction. So here we should predict at what distance the target is normally moving, or target is normally placed. So that means here, in order to know that in a better way, we should understand about the various parameters to enhance the range prediction, such as the receiver noise, noise temperature, integration of pulses. That means all this is simply theoretical concepts. We don't have mathematical signal analysis part in the syllabus. So therefore, it's also going to be pretty easy for us to understand. Then here also to understand the concept of the continuous wave radar systems and its variation. That means you should talk about the continuous wave radar system. And next thing is to understand about the moving target indicator radar, that is called MTI radar. And to understand, you should understand about the MTI radar system block diagram and its limitations. So that means once again, very easiest thing which you're going to have, just to understand about the block diagram. Then to understand radar tracking methods. Now how do we, when the radar is simply moving from one place to another place, how do we track the radar? How do we find out at what speed the target is simply moving? So those things we can able to really understand by using this radar. And to study and understand the search radar and antennas. So here also going to understand about the much many points in the radar applications. So therefore, this is the course objective that we normally going to think about, where what we have to get from these objectives, we have to simply explain about the radar system block diagram, and you should able to develop the radar range equation, illustrate the important parameters which are involved in the radar application, and various types of the continuous wave radar systems and types of the MTI radar systems, okay, and radar tracking systems. What are the various radar tracking methods? So all these are the various simple concepts which we are normally going to be there in the radar systems. So therefore, when you think about, when you look into the syllabus, see the syllabus is all going to be whatever we discussed just now. We have to simply understand about the description of a radar system, basic block diagram of a radar system, and the radar range equation. Then next is radar frequencies, applications of radars. Okay, so all these concepts are simply theoretical concepts. So therefore, understanding block diagram, understanding the theoretical concepts involved in the radar is very easy for a student point of view, and you can prepare by your own, okay, by from a notes, from the given notes to you. Okay, so we'll provide you the notes for you to understand about the radar. Now, if you look into the syllabus, what we can just see, first unit contains the basics of the radar system and its parameters. Second unit is going to be a types of radar. Second and third units are going to speak about two different types of radars called continuous wave radar and a moving target indicator type of the radar, and pulse Doppler radar systems. And next one is another important working, another important parameter which we look into the radar is going to be tracking of the radar. So tracking radar systems and search radar systems. That's it. So all these 5 units are simply going to be just a theory for us. So therefore, theory means what? We can easily go through all these basic things based on the general block diagrams. Okay. Now, basically, the radar stands for radio detection and ranging. So, radar means RADAR means radio detection and ranging, is a basic full form of the radar systems. So, a radar system is normally those who understand, as I already tell you, that those who understand about the analog communication system in general, they can easily understand about the radar systems. So in the radar systems, we normally going to have a transmitter and receiver, and we're going to have a target. So it is something like using transmitter and receiver and an antenna system, using transmitter system and receiver system and a single antenna, we normally going to radiate the signal into the space to detect or to sense the target at a far away place. That is what the basic thing which we normally going to do. So therefore, radar is basically an electromagnetic system, whereas antenna is normally known as an electromagnetic system. And a radio communication system, for example. In a radio communication system, what is that we are experiencing every day? There is going to be a transmitter, there is going to be a receiver, and transmitter is normally going to transmit the signal through a transmitting antenna. Receiver is going to receive the signal through a receiving antenna. Okay, so for example, if you are thinking about a television system, television communication system, so imagine that there is a live match is going on, live cricket match is going on. So here what happens is now is that there is going to be a transmission system. This transmission system is normally going to transmit this particular live cricket match through a transmitting antenna, and this transmitting antenna is normally going to radiate the signal by using the space wave propagations. And using space wave propagation, the signal is simply getting transmitted and getting received by the receiving antenna through the satellite. So the signal is reached by the satellite is going to receive the signal, and satellite is once again going to retransmit the same signal to the receivers known as the TV dish antennas, and these TV dish antennas are going to receive the signal. This is what general communication system we have. Now, in the case of a radar system, what is that we're going to have is, in the radar systems, you're normally going to have a transmitter and receiver section at a single place, and you're normally going to have a antenna used for both transmitter and receiver purpose, and we normally going to have a target system. So the job of the radar is to sense the target system. That is what the basic application of the radar system. So that means a radar is normally used to sense the target, and it is normally used to really find out the range of the target with respect to some reference distance. So radar is normally used to find out the range of the target. That is what the basic application or a basic need of a radar, which we normally going to have it here. So therefore, radar is an electromagnetic system used for detection and location of the target objects such as aircrafts, ships, spacecrafts, vehicles, people, and a natural environment, which can reflect the signal back. So here, that means this particular radar is basically works on the principle of sound wave reflections. It basically works on the principle of the sound wave reflections. So that's what the basic radar principle of operation. So here it uses, now apart from finding out the range of the radar system or a distance or the distance of the target with respect to some reference, apart from that, we normally going to use these radar systems to determine the angle, range, and velocity of the objects, which are known as the targets moving at faraway place. So therefore, radars was developed by various nations before the Second World War II. Before the Second World War, radar is a classic example of an electronic system that utilizes many of the specialized elements of technology practiced by the electrical engineers, including the signal processing, data processing, waveform design, electromagnetic scattering, detections, parameter estimations, information extraction, antennas, propagation transmitters, and receivers. So here we are going to use all these things, so many concepts are normally involved in the radar systems. But we need not bother about all these concepts here in our syllabus. We should bother about only the different types of radar systems and how these types of radar systems are normally going to operate, are normally going to function by using its appropriate block diagrams. That's all we have in the syllabus. So therefore, this radar is basically an electromagnetic system which is used for sensing, detecting, and locating the objects present in an ambience. Okay, present at a faraway distance from us. So radar stands for radio detection and ranging. So it is something like radio detection and ranging. It is normally used for detecting the objects and finding out the range of the objects in terms of kilometers, at what range that a particular target is normally located. To find out that, we normally going to use the radar systems. Okay, so this is what basically a radar is normally used for. Now, what is the basic principle of operation of a radar? The basic principle of radar is normally similar to that of the sound wave reflections. So it is something like an experiment. You perform an experiment, something like say you go to a deep well which contains some water in that, and you normally, when you shout by facing the water in the well, we normally going to get a reflections back from the well. That means your acoustic signals are normally going to get reflected from the water, and these reflected waves will once again going to come back to your ears as a reflected signal. So with the same concept, this radar systems are normally going to operate. So therefore, the basic operating principle of radar is going to be sound wave reflections. It works on the principle of simply sound wave reflections. So if reflection of sound wave is not there, obviously the radar system is also not going to be there. So therefore, radar uses electromagnetic energy pulses for detection and location of the objects. So now, in short, we can just simply summarize the operation of a radar with respect to four important points. What are the four important points every radar is normally going to have? Let us see. A radar is normally going to have a transmitter which transmits the EM waves called as electromagnetic waves through an antenna in all the directions. Then after the antenna transmits, what will happen? Reflecting objects from the targets which intercept these signals and reflect back in all the directions. That means reflecting objects such as targets intercept these radiated waves and reflect back the same signals, same EM wave signals in all the directions. That is what one of the part. Reflected is one part. First is transmission is one part. Reflection of the EM wave by the target is another part. Next part is going to be some of the reflected signal is received by the receiver in the radar systems. So that means our receiver is placed in this particular vicinity of the reflected waves. Then a receiver is going to receive the radar system. After the receiver is going to receive in the radar system, the received signal is going to get processed further through various digital signal processing methods and amplification methods, thereby making a decision about the received signal in terms of finding out the details about the target, which is normally placed at a far away place. So these are the basic operations that we normally going to perform in the simple radar system. Now the general block diagram of radar is going to be this. Those who are familiar with the super heterodyne radio receiver, they can easily understand this particular block diagram of the radar systems. If you go back to our basic mobile phones, our mobile phone is going to have a duplexer system. This duplexer is normally going to make this entire system as a transceiver system. What is transceiver? It works as a transmitter as well as a receiver simultaneously. It is known as a transceiver basically. So because of this duplexer, this entire system is going to work like a transceiver. Therefore, the radar system is put together can be called as a transceiver for us. So what the radar system contains basically, let us look into it. A radar system is normally going to have a transmitter section, this waveform generator, power amplifier. Okay, this is a transmitter section, and it is going to have a receiver section. That means from the mixer stage, all these stages receiver section. What is the receiver section? We have local oscillator, mixer stage, IF amplifier stage, matcher filter, detector stage, video amplifiers, and display units. So this is the receiver section. So here we are combining the receiver and the transmitter by using the duplexer. And the signal from the duplexer is simply being communicated through a antenna, and a single antenna is used as a both transmitter as well as a receiver section here. That means this particular entire radar system is normally placed in the base station of the radar system. Now the base station could be on the ground, could be on the ground surface, it could be on the satellite, it could be on the ships which will be moving in the water. Okay, it could be placed in the space, it could be placed in the air atmosphere, anywhere it could be placed as a base station for us. So every base station of radar is going to have all these various subsystems. So it's going to have an antenna, it's going to have a transmitter section, and it's going to have a receiver section. So every radar is going to have compulsorily these three units. One unit is going to be a transmitter, other unit is going to be a receiver, another one is going to be an antenna. So using these three units, we normally going to operate any of the radar. Now it is based on what we are going to do with the received signal from the receiving antenna. Based on that, the receiver section is normally going to change. Always the transmitter section is going to be unique or a uniform. Why? Because the transmitter unit is always going to transmit some sequence of the pulses. So its job is only to transmit the sequence of the pulses, but after these signals which has been transmitted by transmitting antenna, after they're going to get reflected back and received by the receiving antenna, what we are going to do with that received signal, it is based on the receiver section. So it is based totally on the receiver section, how it is normally going to operate. The various types of radars are normally going to take birth. Okay, so let us look into the basic operation of a radar now with this particular simple block diagram. Say for example, I want to know about the target system. So the target is placed somewhere in the atmosphere, maybe in the air atmosphere, maybe in the space atmosphere. Okay, so anywhere it could be. That is not a point of discussion. Say for example, let us take an example that this entire base station, this entire radar system is placed on the ground station, for example, including antenna. Now, first of all, what we are going to do is that we normally going to transmit a pulse waveform from a pulse generator, and this pulse waveform is simply amplified by the power amplifier so that it can be radiated through a far away distance by using a transmitting antenna, and it is being passed through a duplexer. So duplexer is normally going to provide a matching between the electrical signal and the antenna input. An antenna is going to radiate this particular pulsed waveform signal, and after this signal is radiated from a transmitting antenna, this signal is going to get reflected back after it hits the target, and this target is going to target is normally going to reflect this particular signal. Then reflected signal is once again received by this particular antenna. So in that particular process, this antenna is going to work like a receiving antenna, and the same signal is simply transmitted like this to the duplexer. Now duplexer understands what type of signal it is. It is a received signal. Therefore, the duplexer is going to act like a switch, and this signal is simply going to get passed to the receiver section of the radar system. Now in the receiver section, what is that? You're going to have low noise amplifier circuit. So it is normally going to remove all the noise present in the signal. It is applied to the mixer circuit, and this mixer is normally the signal after it gets mixed up with the local oscillator signal frequency, then it is normally passed through the intermediate frequency amplifier called as IF amplifier. This IF amplifier is simply going to convert this signal coming from the mixer into a fixed range of the signal frequencies. Then after that, it is passed through a matched filter to understand about the signal, to understand about the target based on the signal it has received. Then it is simply passed through the detector. The type of the detector depends on the type of the radar which we are going to have. Then we are going to have a video amplifier to amplify the signals which we want to see on the display unit. So this is the basic unit which we are going to have called as a radar system unit. Let's see how an EM wave is propagated in a radar system. So radar system is nothing but inclusive of both transmitter as well as the receiver part. Okay. Now the transmitter, the antenna, the transmitter and receiver is simply connected to the antenna, and this antenna is normally going to send as well as receive the signals. Both it is going to do. So here, for example, a transmitting antenna is going to send the EM waves. So these thick lines, these thick wave fronts are called as a transmitted wave signals, transmitted signals, which is called as the original wave, is transmitted towards the target object. And once these EM electromagnetic waves are going to hit this particular object, they're simply going to get reflected back. They're simply going to get reflected back in all the directions. Now this antenna which was transmitted earlier is going to receive this particular reflected wave after some duration. So now now it is what now the reflected wave is received by the receiving antenna. Now based on the amount of delay, that happens between the transmitted wave and reflected wave, we calculate about the distance or range of the object placed far away from the transmitting antenna. This is what we normally going to do in the case of the radar systems, and this is an example of a continuous wave radar systems. Okay, so you can just see simply very easily that how a radar is normally going to function. So simply radar is nothing but a system. So using this radar system, we normally going to locate this particular object. So where the processing of this location is done, the processing of this object location is done at the base station, not at the antenna. Antenna is simply a passive element which is normally used to transmit and receive the signals. Okay. Now look at here now how a radar is normally going to function basically. So this is an antenna. This is an antenna used both as transmitter as well as a receiver signal. See here the antenna is transmitting the electromagnetic pulses, and these pulses are going to travel in the free space, and once it hits the target, these waves are simply going to get reflected back, and these reflected back to the receiving antenna, and the same antenna is now going to act like a receiving antenna. Once these waves are reflected back, this antenna is simply going to convert, because antenna can be called as a transducer. It converts EM waves into the electrical signals, electrical pulses, and these electrical signals are simply transmitted via the duplexer into the receiver section, and the receiver is going to process this particular reflected signals. So based on the outcome of the processing of this echo signal, we decide about the distance of this particular target with respect to some reference distance. Okay, so this is the basic working of this particular radar systems. Now both the transmitter and receiver of the radar system is simply connected to this particular antenna, okay, which is known as a radar antenna. So therefore this antenna is connected to a radar system. Radar system can be simply called as a transmitter as well as receiver connected to a antenna. So this entire system is nothing but a radar. So now coming to the radar communication system. So radar communication system is what? The entire system, this entire system what I am showing now, including the reflecting target. So all this is known as a radar system for us. Okay. So for example, if target is not there, now that means it's simply going to reflect the same signal without any changes in the pulse duration of the signal. If at all target is there, it is normally going to receive the same signal with difference in the pulse duration. So that means what, including the target system, this entire system is known as the radar communication system for us. Now, what are the salient features of this particular radar communication system? Let us look into the salient features which we have discussed just now. So it is nothing but radar can be normally is an acronym for the radio detection and ranging. So the term radio, now we already know introduced with the radio term. Radio refers to the use of the EM waves with wavelengths in so-called radio wave propagation of radio wave portion of the spectrum, which covers a wide range of 10 kilometers to 1 centimeters. So therefore it is something like a radio communication system, obviously, definitely, because we are normally going to use the radio wave frequency range or microwave frequency range to transmit signals to a faraway distance. So now what is the system altogether? The system is used to detect range. Range means what? Determining the distance of the target with respect to some reference is nothing but the range, and map objects such as the aircraft and rain. Okay, that means what? It is normally used to detect the target which is placed at far away distance. That means if at all you want to know at what distance target is placed, what is the shape of the target, okay, so and at what speed the target is moving. So in order to know all these things, we normally use this particular radar system which is placed at the base station. As an example, we have discussed as a ground station. Base station is placed in the ground station. Now, strong radio waves should be transmitted and received. Listen for reflected echoes. Now, here, what is the one of the thing which is very important here is a strong radio waves are need to be transmitted. That means the power which we normally use to transmit a radio wave should be very high. Therefore, it is called as a strong radio waves. It means high power waves has to be transmitted, because these waves are going to get transmitted to far away distance. Therefore the energy which we normally um, uh, which we normally use to transmit the signals is going to be very high. So what is that we are going to do now? By analyzing the reflected signal, the reflector can be located and sometimes identified. That means here we analyze the reflected signal to know about the target. Now, although the amount of the returned is tiny, radio signal can easily be detected and amplified. So here, even though we receive a very small signal, but that can be simply amplified. That is the reason why the antenna should be a powerful antenna. One of the drawback here is that the antenna which we are going to use in radar should be a powerful antenna. We cannot use a low end antenna. We have to use compulsorily high end antenna, which is very powerful antenna, which is normally going to radiate signals at very high power levels. It's going to sense the signals which are at very low level of the power, very tiny signals also it should be in a position to receive. So such an antenna we have to use compulsorily here in this type of the systems. Then what are the another features of this antenna, of this particular radar systems? This is going to operate in darkness, haze, fog, rain and snow, and it has ability to measure distance with high accuracy in all the weather conditions. So in all the weather conditions, it can able to measure the distance of the target and with high accuracy in all the weather conditions. The primary job of the radar system is to measure the distance of the target. It is something like the primary job of a cellular mobile. The primary job of a mobile system. What is the primary job of mobile system? It has to enable the communication, analog communication. Voice communication is the primary job. That is why even though it is working like a computer, we are calling it as a smartphone. We are not just calling it as a computer, because its basic job is working as a phone. So therefore, we are calling it as a smartphone. Similar to that, the basic job of a radar is to find out the range of the target. That is the basic application. That is why the name given. Okay, that is why the name given. So the name given for radar is radio detection and ranging. You have to detect the target and you have to range the target. These two are the primary applications of the radar. So whatever other extra things we do in the radar, but the basic definition of radar is going to be radio detection and ranging. That is the basic application. Apart from this, as the time is proceeding further, more advancements, more technologies in terms of hardware, software are really emerging out, and more number of other features are simply getting added to the radar, just like more number of features we are adding to our mobile phone. Okay, exactly similar to that, radar is also going to be there. So now in the radar systems, what is the basic operation of radar? It has to detect the target and it has to give the range of the target for us. Range means what? Distance of the target from the reference distance is known as the range of the target. So the basic electronic principle on which radar operates is similar to the principle of the sound wave reflection. This is the second point which we have to really look into. Then if you shout in a direction of sound reflecting object like a rocky canyon or a cave, then what happens now? The sound is simply going to get reflected back. If you know the speed of sound in air, you can estimate the distance and general direction of the object. The time required for a return echo can roughly convert it into a distance if the speed of sound is known. So if the speed of sound is known, we can simply roughly know about the distance of the target where the sound wave is simply getting reflected back. So similar to that, we normally going to have the radar operations. The radio frequency energy is transmitted to and reflected from the reflecting object. A small portion of the energy is reflected and returned back to the radar set. Returned back to this is reflected, this wave is reflected, small portion reflected back and returned back to the radar set. This return energy is simply called as an echo signal. And now this echo signal is simply processed at the radar system to understand about this particular target condition. So this is what the main thing which we are going to do in our entire subject. Now what parameters we are going to do apart from finding the range? Based on that, we normally going to have different types of the radar systems. That's all it is in the case of the entire radar system. That means now you can understand that how easy the subject is. What is the main objective of this subject? The main objective of the subject is to detect the radar and to find out the range of this particular radar. That means what is the distance between this, say, antenna and the radar, and it has to detect the target. These two are the only objectives of this particular radar systems. So less the objectives, more easy the subject is normally going to be. More the number of objectives, more complexities are going to be there in this particular subject. So since the objective is only one objective, therefore the subject is going to be very easy for us to understand and write in the exam, because it is totally a block diagramic approach for us. Okay. So the general block diagram what we have seen just now can be simply applied to all these particular radar systems. Okay. So in the next class, we discuss further about the radar systems. So I think you might have understood about the main objective of a radar. So the main objective of a radar is to detect and find out the distance of the target with respect to the some reference distance. So that is what the main objective of the radar. Towards the entire subject, we only bother about these two basic things. Now, apart from these two objectives, if you going to bother about other parameters such as shape of the target, color of the target, so all these things parameters, more parameters we normally going to get by simply changing the receiver section. That means here some of the blocks we're going to remove, some of the blocks we're going to add the receiver in order to get the required objectives, required parameters from the received echo signal. So the received echo signal is going to be always same, but from the received echo signal we normally going to process the echo signal in order to achieve different types of the parameters. It is something like a blood test. So the blood is taken is only one, but based on by taking one blood sample, we can give you many number of parameters. Okay, similar to that, the echo signal is going to be only one, but using this echo signal, we can simply going to get so many set of parameters. So based on the set of parameters we normally going to require, we normally going to have that type of the radar systems which we normally going to use. So this is what altogether about the radar system. Now, I think the radar system is going to be pretty easy for us to understand. Now, if you got any doubts, any problems, you can just simply talk to me, okay, about the complexities of the subject. The subject is going to be pretty easy for us, because the objective is straightforward. Since objective is straightforward, very simple, obviously the subject is also going to be very simple for us. So all the best. Thank you very much for today's session.